and welcome to GCU Reviews.
Getting closer. What's hot and what's not. Getting closer. Bye. Getting closer.
Hey guys, I'm Dee.
And I'm Danielle.
And welcome to GCU Review, the Christmas edition.
In my mind.
Oh, you going back to the old R&B Christmas songs.
It ain't Christmas until the end.
Okay.
Right.
It ain't Christmas until they play the James Brown Santa Claus.
That's who that
Coming
part.
straight to the ghetto. That's it.
Yes.
But today we're doing Noel Diaries, and it came out in 22. And it is a film based off a book that's written by Richard Paul Evans. And I think it's a series of books, so I think this is one of the Noel Diaries that we got going on.
I didn't realize it was a series. Yeah, it's a story that centers around a guy who comes back home for the holidays to settle his mom's estate, whom he's been estranged from his mom for a very long time, since he was a teenager. And he finds a diary that can help put together pieces of his past as well as those of another young lady.
So rolling back, they had been estranged. She had died and they had buried her before he even was contacted. And that's how estranged they had been, because now you got to come sell the house and deal with all the estate and all that. So that's a pretty tough beginning.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna call me and say y'all buried my mama last week?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Your mom's gone. Like, okay. On top of the fact that he, since leaving the house at 17, had became a very, very popular author and has written multiple books, very famous. And however, he's still a loner. He still kind of keeps people at a distance. And the only friend that he has is his dog, Ava.
His dog.
Beautiful dog.
Beautiful dog. So yeah, he goes and finds this, just go through all these papers, and he's trying to clean up out this house. And
because she's a hoarder.
Yeah, she's a hoarder. And so he knew it was going to take forever. The neighbor next door, I like
Ellie.
her. She was so sweet.
Miss Ellie.
Miss Ellie was there all her life, so she knew all the business.
All the business, honey.
What was going on. But yeah, and as he was cleaning up, he gets a knock on the door.
He gets a knock on the door from a young lady named Rachel. And Rachel is played by Barrett Doss.
Yes.
And and also Justin Hartley plays Jake, the young man who...
Oh yeah, Justin, yeah.
Yes.
I forgot Justin.
Yes, and he was in This Is Us. I love that show.
This Is Us, and yeah, he was the second Adam on Young and Restless. Anybody watch that? I remember that back in the day.
Absolutely. That was the...
That's where I first saw him.
That was the Crackers and Ginger Ale show. And I wasn't feeling good, and I had to stay home for school.
Chicken soup, crackers, and ginger ale, honey. That was
ginger
the cure all.
will get you right,
You
honey.
know, stuffy. Just get some ginger ale.
That'll fix everything.
And a little cracker.
And a little cracker. But so she shows up at the house, and she is there because she had been adopted, and she believes that her mother stayed in that house as Jake's family's nanny.
Yeah.
And she was trying to get some information about her mom because she's at the point in her life where she's engaged. She's trying to move on with her life, but she has this nagging question about her birth mom.
Just to avoid. You know, you want to know if somebody loved you or not.
Right.
You know
or if, just more things about yourself, because you could be raised and you could be loved by the adopted family, but you're always going to wonder a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely.
And so she had those questions. And at the time, Jake is there. He's trying to sort through all this stuff in his mom's house. He finds a diary, but doesn't think anything about it, puts it away. And he and Rachel start talking. He doesn't have much information for her, so she decides to leave until he remembers that maybe the neighbor Ellie might know some more information. So this kind of starts their bond.
Yeah.
Because as the movie goes on, she's trying to find information out about her birth mom, which leads him to have to ask questions and put together pieces of his past, such as with his father.
Right.
A major turning event in his life was that his older brother, had passed away in a terrible accident
On Christmas.
on Christmas Day that his father blamed himself for, and kind of everybody did, even his mom. And his mom, after the death of her son, Jake's brother, starts to have some mental health issues and her whole personality changes, which is one of the reasons why her and Jake were estranged
and
because
the dad had moved out. And so with that, so the little baby went up the tree.
Yeah.
Went up the tree, and it was cold, it was snowing, it was Christmas, and
he wanted to hang his favorite ornament on the tree like he does every year,
and the branch broke.
Yeah.
And that was the tragic accident that took him. And so I think everybody in that family was affected by that.
Very much so.
And Jake was only 7.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't remember her mother as the nanny, because he was so young. So he didn't really actually remember her name and who she was because he was little. So.
And then sometimes after traumatic events, people block things out, especially as children, to protect themselves.
Absolutely.
And especially after his mom, and dad started arguing and fighting and not getting along. And then eventually his dad moving out, that just made things worse. So this journey that they go on in order to have him help her and help himself, which he doesn't really want to do.
That's what it is.
And he's not realizing that's what it is. They go on this journey and they start getting closer. Now, I would tell you the one particular part that got me was she's reading the diary and she finds out what her mom originally named her. And it was Angelica. And that just stopped her in her tracks and put her in a very vulnerable moment. And I feel like the whole time she knew she was attracted to Jake.
As soon as he opened the door, they both were attracted to each other.
They were attracted to each other, for sure.
You could just see it.
And so there's this part where she has him pull over because they're on the way to his dad's house. And she has him pull over and she's outside and she's kind of having a moment and he's trying to calm her down. And they start to get close, do that thing where they start to get close to each other. And she says to him, "But I'm engaged. I'm very engaged." And the whole time she's saying it, her lips are still stretching. Her lips are still stretching towards him.
Girl, are you engaged or in your mind or just physically with this ring?
Listen.
But my thing is, I think she was engaged because she knew that was a safe space for her.
Yeah.
But she wasn't happy. I mean, every time, you could tell.
Yeah.
You could tell. Even when you say you engaged, she's I'm engaged.
Well, her fiance knew about her going on this road trip with this man that she just met.
No. He didn't know about that.
Well, she told him later.
Finally.
Okay, yes, she did.
She didn't. She just said she was going on this road trip. She didn't tell him nothing about Jake, none of that. He was worried about the gas money.
He was worried about the gas money. She was being a little slick. And he's like, "So when you coming back?" She's like, I'll be back soon.
Okay.
So yeah, things start to progress and they have little cute moments. And eventually the whole thing, where they have to stay at an inn and it's we need 2 rooms. But there's only one. There's only one room. What should we do?
We'll take it.
What should we do?
She was the one that said we'll take it.
She did. She said it real quick, put her hand out, got them keys. Next thing I know, her hair is pressed.
She went from, girl, when'd you pack a
little black dress and a straightening, flat iron.
It wasn't a flat iron. I know she had one of them cones.
Well, it was kind of a pressing cone.
When you pack a pressing cone.
And then it's going to sit here and press her hair out only to sweat them edges out later. But, anyway.
Yeah, that was a twist for me because you just go straighten your hair out and then all of a sudden it's your birthday.
It's your birthday. Worry about your birthday suit. So anyway, the inevitable happens. The inevitable happens. And, she's all conflicted now. But I'm engaged and I can't be with you. And
so she gonna rock his world on her birthday.
And then bounce out.
And then he woke up to a note.
A note.
Honey.
I can't do this.
But you did it.
But you did it. And you was real happy about doing it too.
Oh, yeah, yes.
But anyway, so that happens. And the whole, she goes back home. She decides, you know what? I know that my mother loved me from reading the journal. I don't need to meet her now. My answers are solved. But really, she just couldn't stand to be around him no more because she was conflicted.
But it turned out that once they got to the dad's place, he kind of worked it out with his daddy. And that they needed to because, they needed some closure. And they needed to talk about their feelings on how they felt because
his dad had wrote him letters.
Yeah, a whole bunch of letters.
And his mom didn't show him the letters.
At all. And she was wrong for that.
She was very wrong for that.
She was wrong for that. But I'm glad they worked that out because you need your last parent.
Yeah, you do. And it's the closure, even if it's just for yourself, to get the other side of the person's story. You know what I'm saying? Finally. Because as a kid, you don't know all the sides of the story. 35 years. Ooh. 35.
Yeah.
And you don't know all the sides to the story, but then as an adult, you have an opportunity to get that information if they're still alive. So, So anyway, he makes up with his dad. He's now like in love with Rachel. And he decides, even though she doesn't want to go meet her mom, that he is going to go sew that last piece of her life up. So he finds out the information. They actually both found out that her mom had gotten married and now she's working in a hospital, and he went to go see her to at least let her know, I've met your daughter. She's doing great. And she was played by Essence Atkins.
Essence, I love her.
OG, triple OG in the game. Love her to death.
Yes. And so, once he met her and she was cool, like, okay, good. She's doing good. But my thing is, you did all of this not to meet her?
To not meet your mom?
I'm mad about that part.
Yeah, exactly. So, of course, at the end, he tries to say, hey, if you don't love me, let me know. But I love you. I feel like you love me.
Him and the dog showed up at her mama house.
Showed up at the mama house.
At the parents' house, knocked on the window. Hey.
Yeah. Don't you love me, don't you? And she's like, no, I don't love you. I'm getting married. So, our girl's faking the phone. You ain't got a lot of kick it.
Right.
So eventually, of course, inevitably, as these type of stories do,
she ended up at the same spot where he first saw her.
Yes.
Across the street from his mama's house.
As he was closing up things at his mama's house, finally getting everything situated. So happily ever after, woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. I liked it. I really enjoyed the story. I thought it was sweet. It was exactly what I expected it to be, and I thought it was really good.
It was good. It was a hot. We're gonna give it a hot. Wasn't really what I expected because I expected her to meet the mom.
Oh, well, okay. With that part, that's true.
But knew it was gonna be some type of love story. But yeah, with Adam and Gabby, she played Gabby on Chicago Fire. That's where I knew her from. So Adam and Gabby, that's what I would call them. We rename everybody. Get a hot from me. I love it. Noel Diaries. Check it out.
Yep. It's currently streaming on Netflix. Add it to your Christmas
It's a good little feel-good Christmas movie. So yeah, go check it out.
Really sweet, really cute. So just make sure that you check us out next time for another review. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe so we can keep bringing it to you. Ding the notification bell so you don't miss a thing.
That's right.
Until next time. Bye.